mess it all up with who I never know. I'm living proof of what love can do. I got the headache and the bruises too. Sometimes it's quick but always stays so long. I'm feeling better but you're never gone.
Innocentia and Ndinainwi Mabuke had dreams. One of them was being a singer, and the other dream was to build an orphanage where children got to realize any of those dreams.
I want to pass this message to all of you. Or what happened to Ndina is not acceptable. The pastors can preach.
The man in the video is Abraham, also known as Gaddafi, her father. He doesn't believe that his daughter's death was a random act, and he says, an eye for an eye. But why? Why would anyone want to kill a 26-year-old school teacher, a staunch Christian, and such a young, hopeful woman just 2 days before her birthday? This is the tragic story of Innocentia and Ndinainwi Mabuke. Welcome to True Crime with me, Julia. On this channel, we'll look into true crime cases that have happened in South Africa. Today's story is one of the new ones. No suspect has been arrested, and the story is based on news reports. Please do your own research as well, and let us add to the conversation to make sure that Innocentia Ndinainwi's story doesn't fade. It stays in the discourse. Let us get into it.
Ndinainwi Mabuke Ndinainwi from Limpopo Thoyando that the fano kadilo no deal ita chelete musi ndichifoinera uri ndikoti ba chipida cha deal or no deal ndova ndingangomu busy like inside Cape ndichikobuya chikoroni Cape Town. Automatically ndichifara phone ndandikori comes in the spam because it was written spam. Ndapori okay ndiva deal or no deal ndajampa ndombodivuwa because ndando edera ngombisi. If I win big, I am going to pay for my outstanding balance at the university because I am owing the institution plus or minus 99k. Another thing that I want to do with the money, I want to spoil my mom, take her to the vacation. She's never been there before. We need money. Everywhere we go is money. Whatever we do is money. Everything needs money.
First, let us start by getting to know Innocentia Ndinainwi Mabuke. She was affectionately known as Ndini. She was born on 13 October 1999 to parents Abraham and Chingedzeni Mabuke. She was raised in Venda and started her schooling career in Venda. She matriculated at the Thoyando Secondary School. After matric, she then graduated from Venda TVET College with a diploma in chemical engineering. She then furthered her studies at the Cape Town University of Technology, where she obtained a bachelor's in chemical engineering and technology. She then furthered her studies further at the Northwest University, where she obtained a postgraduate certificate in teaching. She then started working at the water treatment plant purification as a process controller. She also worked as a waitress in Cape Town and then as a chef. Her teaching career then took off as a lecturer at the Ekurhuleni College, and then she went on to teach at the St. Augustine Combined School. And if you think she was an overachiever, just you wait. Ndini went on to make waves as a contestant on Idol's South Africa.
And mess it all up with who I never know. I'm living proof of what love can do. I got the headache and the bruises too. Sometimes it's quick but always stays so long. I'm feeling better but you're never gone. Ngoba wangshiya umphefumulo wami wonakele. Wangshiya umphefumulo wami.
Yes, girl, bring it.
Wonakele. Oh, took your things, left your keys, bittersweet memories.
Shortly after that, she was also featured as a guest on SABC1's TV show, Deal or No Deal. This alongside Katleho Mabuwe, who is the host. Ndini was just at the peak of her career. She was starting out in her profession and also fulfilling her dreams and passions on the side. However, in the early hours of October 11, 2025, Ndini was shot at close range while boarding a taxi in Tengwe village in Limpopo. She had just left an all-night prayer session at the House of Kana Prophetic Church, which is hosted by Prophet Wesley Rolendale, a very close associate of the controversial Phathutshedzo Sikhubu, also known as Prophet Muritho or Ritha. Authorities confirmed that this was not a random act. Ndini was a key witness in an assault case against Prophet Ritha. She was due to testify in Cape Town just days later. So Ndini and a 69-year-old churchmate were returning from the all-night prayer when the attack occurred. As they boarded the taxi, an unknown armed man emerged from the nearby bushes. Shots rang. Ndini fell inside the taxi and she died. The older woman and the taxi driver were injured. The driver, later discovering he had been shot in the leg, empty cartridges littered the scene, confirming a brutal targeted attack. He immediately drove to a local police station with Ndini and the elderly woman in the car. But what could have led anyone to attack the young woman in such a brutal way? According to reports, Ndini was a key witness in a case of assault brought against a controversial pastor. Prophet Ritha, who is 40 years old and a self-proclaimed prophet, has a history of assault allegations. In July 2025, he allegedly assaulted a 14-year-old girl in his church office in Sibasa. He was arrested shortly after. He remains in custody as multiple assault cases unfold, including one in Cape Town linked to Ndini's testimony. Despite prior bail hearings and pending trials, Prophet Ritha has repeatedly been denied bail, with courts citing the severity of the offences and risk to the community. Outside the Thondo Magistrate Court, residents rallied demanding justice for the victims and warning against witness intimidation. Ndini's murder just days before her scheduled testimony sent shockwaves through the legal system and the local community, highlighting the extreme risks faced by witnesses in high-profile cases. Ndini's family and community leaders stressed that the attack was intentional. Nothing was stolen on the day, indicating that the motive was to silence her. The Vembe Human Rights for All chairperson Thapelo Benedict Nalana noted the timing of the murder as highly suspicious, likely intended to complicate the Cape Town assault trial. The Limpopo police opened a murder case and 2 attempted murder investigations, urging anyone with information to come forward via Constable Rendani Peter Chavongwe, Crime Stop, or the MySeps app. Standing up to powerful figures can be very deadly in South Africa. And this is the reality that hit Ndini and her family with a tragic force. 2 memorial services honored Ndini's life, one at her school and another in her home village in Chaul. This is where she was laid to rest. Family spokesperson Ndinainwi Mabuke called for community involvement and support for the investigation, emphasizing that witness protection is not just personal, but it is communal.
I want to pass this message to all of you. Or what happened to Ndina is not acceptable. The pastors can preach. Dopfa mungachi kwamba ngaburereka or wabachifunza mini and whatsoever. Ojeka nne. While I was still at the university, ndodita na theology. Ndazama zwa kereke ndabona uri he ungari ni dofanga ndaga utabanya. Ndatwanda itani. So, what happened to my child in unacceptable? This one, we cannot accept it. Mara, you must know that these families are not accepting what happened. The wish ya mulayo mapolisa ba rehone fana na ba intelligent ba rehone ngapha. Their wish is to find the perpetrator, and the perpetrator must go to jail forever. muthu ita zwithu anga vha na musadzi wawe na vhana vawe. If a thu mala anga vha na girlfriend or na ṅwana wawe muṅwe and whatsoever. U khou ṱuwisa ṅwana wa muṅwe muthu.
This is a story about more than one murder. It's about the wider implications for justice and safety in vulnerable communities. To make sense of these events, here's a timeline. On 9 July 2025, alleged assault of a 14-year-old girl by Prophet Ritha in Sibasa. 11 October 2025, Ndini was gunned down while boarding a taxi. On 13 October 2025, Ndini's 26th birthday, tragically posthumous. 15 and 16 October 2025, her memorial services are held. 17 October 2025, she was scheduled to testify in Cape Town's assault case. And the case is still ongoing. Prophet Ritha remains in custody with multiple legal proceedings continuing. The sequence demonstrates the dangerous reality for witnesses and the urgent need for protective measures. Witnesses in assault cases always face threats, especially when accused individuals wield influence. Furthermore, her death raises questions about accountability within religious institutions. Certain faith leaders, elevated by social and cultural authority, can exploit their position, placing victims and witnesses at severe risk. Communities and law enforcement must collaborate to prevent further tragedies. Police urge anyone with information about her murder to contact Constable Rendani Peter Chabungwe at 072 189 2544 or Crime Stop at 08600 10111 or report anonymously via the MySeps app. Thank you so much for watching this story. What are your views on this one? Do you think it was a coincidence for her to be shot and killed just days before a key court appearance? Nothing stolen, not a robbery. How can we even protect witnesses better in South Africa? Let's talk. Please stay safe and I will see you on the next one.